Hey guys, Josh here from the tribe. Today we're just going to go over the three main reasons why people seem to, fail their New Year's resolutions by February, not achieve their goal, and what's three things that we can do to help overcome that and help make sure that 2018 isn't just like any other year. So we're just going to touch on first one. Number one, we as people, we don't tend to make it a priority. If we don't prioritize it, if we don't take it seriously, if we don't put it on high on our value list, then in turn it's not going to get done, whether it be making sure you're hitting the gym, whether it be meal prepping, whether it be making sure you're getting up early enough. Like all these things, that just won't happen if it's not high on your priority list. Number two, self-sabotage. So coming up with excuses as to why we can't or why we won't, why we won't make it, why we're not good enough, why we're not worth it. We'll always come up with the excuses, and at the end of the day, it always comes down to ourselves. And last one is consistency. So not doing it long enough for it to be able to become a habit. So that's quite a big one that we tend to find or see a lot. So number one, scheduling, not making sure that it's a priority or if it's high on our value list. So behind me here, I've got a 4-step quadrant here. A lot of our clients use, we get them to use it either weekly or when we tend to start stressing or worrying about things that aren't important to us and we don't value. So in square one here we have what's urgent and important. Square two, not urgent but important. Square three, urgent but not important. And lastly, not urgent or not important. So when you put these four squares out and then you start seeing what you have over the week and you really start putting down what's urgent and important first. So family time, making sure that you get to the train three to 5 times a week. Meal prepping, so you know you're not just going out and picking things up on the go. All these things that you value that tie on your urgent and important list, that's what you must do first, and that's what you must do important, and that's what you must schedule into your week. And then lastly here, not urgent or important. This is what people we tend to see, they seem to focus on a lot, that aren't important. So stuff like jumping on Facebook, watching Netflix, watching TV, doing things that don't really value or serve us, but we tend to focus and worry about this more than anything else. So this is a good way to really see what you're valuing, what you're doing, and then also from then onwards, then making sure that you schedule your week out, that you do what's important, what's urgent first, and then what's not urgent or important, make sure that you either leave out completely, because we shouldn't be focusing on it, or you know that you need to prioritize your time around better. So that's step one. Number two, self-sabotage. So this is a big one that we tend to find it does come down to ourselves, and we hear it a lot, like looking for motivation or inspiration or something just to keep us going. But a lot of it does come down to us self-sabotaging through excuses. So making excuses into our head or coming up with excuses as to why we can't or why we can't do this right now, whether it may be kids, whether it may be partner, whether it may be work, whether it may be finances. If it wasn't a problem before, then it surely isn't a problem now. So if nothing's changed in your life right now, and then all of a sudden Thursday or Friday comes along and we're starting to feel the energy drop, if it wasn't a problem on Monday or Tuesday, then it sure as hell isn't a problem now. And this is something that we need to be conscious of and know that, is it actually a problem that this is the reason why I actually can't train today, or this is the reason why I can't eat my meal prep, or I can't do what I highly value, or is it just because I just can't be bothered? It's just an excuse I've made up in my head. So that's something really important to really think about, guys. Self-sabotage is one of the biggest things that we tend to see a lot. And then straight after that is consistency. So it takes 21 to 60 days on average to create a habit. What a lot of us do is we do things by about 2 weeks, and then in turn if we don't see a result, then we seem to drop off, and then we're like, oh, this isn't working for me. But where it comes with consistency is you need to give something a try longer than just 2 weeks. You need to give something a try longer than just a month. For it to become a habit, for it to become high on your value list, and for it to become something where no matter where self-sabotage comes in, no matter how excuses come in, you'll do it anyway because it's become a habit. And then I think it's 21 months for that habit to then in turn become part of your lifestyle, for that to become something sustainable, because that's what we're all chasing and looking for. We're not just looking for that quick fix where 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now I get great results, but then after that what's going to happen? So that's where consistency comes on board. That's where consistency is something that we need to value. We need to look at our habits, and we need to really take, charge of, because it does come down to us at the end of the day. So guys, that's 3 main tips to help overcome it, help us get it, into the 8 percentile, not become like the other 92% where February comes around and our New Year's resolutions are gone out the door. So that's something to deeply think about. If you have any questions, guys, please comment below. I appreciate it. Get in touch.